Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing out my NBA Jam session on March 26th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more great content, y'all know what to do, man. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz Premium. Just click that link in the description, man. It takes you right to my Handicapper page. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, yearly, seasonal. You can also find all my bets for today's action, man. College hoops, NBA for sure, man. Maybe some hockey, we'll see. Including my $15 NBA Jam session play, man. We have hit back-to-back on that play, including an easy winner last night with the Brooklyn Nets as they took the Miami Heat behind the shed, man. We love to see that. We continue to fade the Miami Heat on their home floor. It's been our favorite spot all season. We're going to try to keep that momentum rolling forward into tonight. It was a 3-0 premium night as well last night, so really good night for me, man. Try to keep that momentum rolling forward. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ and check out my live show as I am live right here on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel every day, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. I run through the card one more time, usually with the guest, and we cook up a parlay for y'all at the end, man. And we try to update y'all on late injury news and information that came out of the association throughout the day, man. So come spend some time with me and the guest later on today, man. 3 Central, 4 Eastern. Nice size card, man. 9 games. We're going to try to smash it per usual, man. Try to make some money on a Sunday. So without further ado, man, let's try to do just that. And let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, man. In our first matchup of the night, I know y'all want my opinion on this, man. I know a lot of y'all are going to take the Hornets, and I'm not saying it's a bad place to be, but I'm also saying it's a bad place to be. I think the Mavs blow these boys out tonight, man. It could be fandom. I know this team has hurt my pockets more than anything. These two teams just played 2 nights ago with the Hornets winning the game outright as 13.5-point favorites. But I do think the Mavs blow these boys out tonight, man. I really, really do. The Mavs, if the playoffs started right now, would not be in the playoffs nor the play-in. They will be at the crib chilling with you and I. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. But I expect a bounce-back game from this team tonight, man. I really do. It's not like they're playing somebody significant. This is still the Charlotte Hornets. This is still one of the worst teams in the NBA. 4th worst team in the NBA by my estimations. They're also the 3rd worst home cover team in the entire NBA. As they are 14 and 22 ATS on their home floor. Have only covered in 38.9% of their games. This is not a great spot for the Hornets. I know they won that last one, and they're getting 10 against a really, really, really bad cover team in the Mavs, the 2nd worst cover team in the NBA to be exact. But the Mavs in this position that they're in now, out of the playoffs and the play-in, I think we see emphasis on this game tonight. I do think they blow these boys out, man. I think a bounce-back game is in order. We've seen a ton of bounce-back games this week. I feel like earlier in the season, when we seen one team play a team, take a night off, and then they play again the next night, the team that did it in the first game was doing it in the second game. That's what we saw early. Here recently, that hasn't really been the case, man. I feel like the other team is getting quick revenge a lot here recently. Off the top of my head, I remember the Clippers did it against the Thunder this week. The Memphis Grizzlies did it against the Rockets this week. They didn't cover in the first one, blew them out the next time. Those are just the 2 fresh off the top of my head. I think the Mavs probably blow these boys out tonight, man. They need a bounce-back game. Tonight should be that, man. If the Mavs shots are falling, they'll blow these boys out tonight. We'll see, man. Luka is looking stressed. The fan base is stressed. Trust me, I'm right here, man. I'm stressed. This makes no sense. This is a team that went to the Western Conference Finals last year. It's now looking like we might not even make the playoffs. I do think we blow them out tonight. Get a little morale going, go on a little push, make the play-in, go on a little run there, and then see what happens in the playoffs. But for this one tonight, I am laying the points with my Mavs. Could I talk you off taking the Hornets? No, I couldn't. I could not talk you off taking the Hornets. But me personally, I'm on the Mavs tonight. Think they blow these boys out. In a bounce-back, get-right spot for them. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got your Chicago Bulls. They're out on the road facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers laying 3.5 at home, total 224.5. Lakers been playing some pretty good basketball recently, man. This is going to be their 5th straight home game. They've won 3 straight there. Wins over Oklahoma City. Our Thunder buddies, our cover buddies. They did not cover in that one, did the Lakers. The cover buddies got the back door cover at the last second. Josh Giddey put it back. I needed that too, man. But the Lakers did get a win. Look good in that one. Beat up on the Suns as well at home, 122-111. Beat the Magic at home, 111-105. Did drop to the Mavs in their first home game back. on the Maxi Kleber game winner, assisted from Kyrie Irving. The Bulls, though, they've been playing really good basketball too, man. I've liked what I've seen from them. They've now won 4 of their last 5. Only loss in this span was to Philadelphia. Oh, that's another one that I failed to mention in that last segment. That kind of helps me like the Mavs a bit too. The Bulls and the 76ers played in that same situation. Bulls won the first one, went back to Chicago, and Philly hammered them in that spot, man, 116-91. So I would not be surprised if that Mavs team hammered the Hornets in that last game, man. Would not be surprised at all. But we're talking about this one, and I like the Bulls plus 3.5 in this one, quite honestly, man. I know I was hating on them coming out of the All-Star break. We talked about that a few episodes back, though. We're done hating on them. And I think they're really trying to make a playoff push, man. They're currently in the 10th spot, so they're in the play-in, but they keep playing the way they're playing. They're now 3 games under 500. They may be able to play their way out of it. There's still enough time. I think they do keep this one competitive tonight in Los Angeles with the Chicago Bulls, man. I think they match up quite well with this Lakers team. To be honest, it looks like only injuries I'm seeing for them is Caruso and Javonte Green. Caruso is questionable. And, you know, the same people are on the injury report for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, they're both questionable to play. They probably both play. This one will be right before the live gym session, so I will not be able to update you on this game as I do come on at 3 Central, 4 Eastern. This game starts at 2:30, so I'm leaning Bulls in this one, though. I am. I think the Bulls keep this one competitive. I would not be shocked at all if they won this game outright. They've been playing extremely great basketball recently, and I think they keep it rolling, man. The Lakers, they have got back to 500. LeBron is on the horizon. They will be in the mix for the play-in and playoff tournament. But tonight, I just don't think it happens, man. I think the Bulls come in here and continue to play extremely great defense, which has led them on this run that they've been on. I think the Lakers struggle a little bit. I think the Bulls keep it competitive, cover the line, and might mess around and win the game outright. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Memphis Grizzlies out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Memphis, laying 2, man, total 243. Memphis has been playing extremely great basketball recently, man. You could tell that the morale is now at an all-time high, man. It's a parade inside my city. Yeah, it was going on with this Memphis Grizzlies team, man. They've now won 5 straight, including 4 straight at home. But I'm taking the Hawks tonight, man. I am. I think the Hawks win this one at home. I still have concerns with this Grizzlies team out on the road, quite honestly. I know they've won 5 straight, but 4 of those were on their home floor. And, 3 of their last 5 wins have came on 2 of the worst teams in the NBA, in the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs. They did blow out the Rockets on their home floor in their last one, 151-114. We know the Grizzlies have the capability to go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, and that's exactly what they did in that one. The game before, they did win at home, failed to cover against that same Houston Rockets team. They did beat my Mavs at home, 112-108. I think they failed to cover in that one. Let me double check. Yeah, they failed to cover in that one. Line was 4.5. They won by 4, so failed to cover in that one. Did beat Golden State. Took them behind the shed, 133-119. We know Golden State is terrible out on the road. And then we go look at it a little deeper, man. The Grizzlies, I just don't want to play them on the road, man. I just don't. They did beat the Spurs in their last road game, 126-120. That game went to overtime, though, and the Spurs covered that game. Spurs were winning that game the whole way through. I'm kind of surprised they didn't win it straight up. But the Grizzlies did turn up late, come back and win that one. Failed to cover, though. They got hammered on the road the game before that by the Miami Heat of all teams. We know Miami doesn't hoop at home. We cashed our $15 play yesterday on the Brooklyn Nets in a bounce-back spot for them. As they went into Miami and beat the mess out of them boys, man. Continue to fade Miami on their home floor. It's been our favorite spot all season. But they beat the Grizzlies 138-119. Before that, they did beat my Mavs out on the road, but the Mavs had no Luka, Kyrie, so I won't put too much emphasis on that one. I'm just trying to go back, man. I'm just trying to help y'all, man. I just basically all said I don't want the Grizzlies on the road, man. Until they can show me they can beat a quality team out on the road, man, I don't want them. Right before they beat that Mavs team with no Luka, Kyrie, they had lost to the Lakers out on the road, lost to the Clips out on the road, lost to the Nuggets out on the road. This is not a good road team, man. They're actually one of the worst road teams in the entire NBA. I know the morale's at an all-time high, but I think the Hawks right now, who are on a win one, lose one type streak, they've been on that all year. I told y'all the stat the other day with this Hawks team, as they've been one game within 500 for like the last 30 games. Whether that's one game below or one game above, they've been in that same spot or right at 500 for like 30 games. They just keep winning one, losing one. They've been on that span. They won their last one at home against the Pacers. They beat them pretty good, 143-130. So they're probably due for a loss, but I don't think it happens. I do think they bounce. I think they keep it rolling, not bounce back. I think they keep it rolling on their home floor. They're working with revenge as the Grizzlies hammered them in their only meeting this season, 128-103 on the 12th of December. I like the Hawks to get the revenge from that earlier meeting this season. I think the Hawks keep it rolling at home. I'm going to take them plus the 2. I'm probably going to take them on the money line as well. I'm seeing plus 115. I think that's a good place to be. I probably like the money line even better, getting plus 115 on the Hawks. I do think they win this one at home. Continuing to fade the Grizzlies on the road until they can beat a quality team out there. Morale's at an all-time high, but I think the Hawks pull this one off, continue to improve their playoff seeding, go one game above 500. I'm going to take them in this spot. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the San Antonio Spurs. They're out on the road facing the Boston Celtics. Boston is laying 16 points, man, total 232. These lines in the NBA currently, over this last week, man, have been crazy. We've had some huge lines. Do I understand why the line is where it's at? Yes. Do I really want to lay 16? No. It's too much room for a backdoor cover, man. These are still NBA teams. But if I'm going to be honest, if I do lean anywhere, I would only lean Celtics in this one. The line's where it's at for a reason. It's hard one to look in the direction of the Spurs. The Celtics have low-key been in that mode, man. They've won 4 of their last 5, and they've won 3 of their last 4 by a pretty nice margin. They beat the Pacers at home in their last one, 120-95. Beat the mess out of the Kings out on the road, 132-109. Granted, that was a terrible spot for the Kings. They did lose to the Jazz out on the road, but the game before that, they hammered Portland 126-112. They have faced the Spurs once this season, and the Spurs did keep it competitive in San Antonio, 121-116 on the 7th of January. Celtics did win that one. When we look at the Spurs recently, it's going to be their 4th straight road game, and they've got hammered in all 3 of the previous. Washington beat them by 12, 136-124. Milwaukee took them boys behind the shed, 130-94. New Orleans beat up on them as well, 119-84. I can't look in the direction of the Spurs. They probably get blown out for the 4th straight game here tonight. The Celtics have been in that mode, trying to sharpen iron, get ready for the playoffs. They don't really have a motivation to blow this team out tonight, so it might not make my premium area, but I do lean Celtics laying the big number here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Another huge spread with the Cavs laying 13.5 on their home floor, man. Total 225. Do I understand again in this one why the line is where it's at? For sure. And in this one, I'm going to lay it as well. The 13.5 with Cleveland. I do think they take this Rockets team behind the shed, man. The Rockets, they just got took behind the shed, which we talked about, by the Memphis Grizzlies, 151-114. Like, that was ugly. Like, it wasn't even, you know what I mean? They did keep it competitive with the Grizzlies the first game, though, 130-125. Got beat pretty good at home by the Warriors, believe it or not. The Warriors actually got a win and cover on the road versus the same Rockets team, 121-108. Lost to New Orleans at home as well, 117-107. We've already seen them play this Cavs team once this season, with the Cavs blowing them out in Houston, 113-95 on the 26th of January. This will be the second and final meeting between these two teams. Cleveland has won 3 straight. They edged the Brooklyn Nets in their last one, beat them by 2. Beat them by 6 the game before that in Brooklyn. So coming off 2 straight road wins. They hammered Washington last time we seen them at home, 117-94, and lost to Philly the game before that on their home floor, 118-109. Cleveland is right now the second best home covered team in the entire NBA at 23-13-1, have covered in 63.9% of their home games. We love Cleveland at home, man. We've been on that spot all season. We're going to lay the 13.5 here in this one. The Rockets, they can be scrappy at times. They also can get blown out at times, like they did in that last one against Memphis. Um, I think Cleveland blows these boys out like they did Washington their last time at home. I'll lay that 13.5 with Cleveland here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Magic, home favorites in this one, laying 2, total 222. Hey, I like what I seen from the Nets yesterday, quite honestly, man, as they went in there and blew out Miami in a bounce-back spot. We had the Nets yesterday. It was our top play of the day, plus the 6 points. I had a feeling they were going to win it outright as well, as they needed a bounce-back game, man. And they were in Miami, quite honestly, and we had faded Miami damn near every chance we've got. Perfect spot for the Nets in that one. It was tight through halftime. That third quarter, they came out and blew them boys out. I think off a huge win like that, I think morale carries over. I know they're on a back-to-back, man, but I'm going to take them plus the 2. I'm probably going to take them on the money line, plus 110. Not a bad place to be. The Magic, they have been playing pretty good basketball as well, as they've won 3 of their last 4. Wins at home over the Knicks, wins at home over the Wizards, 111-106 against the Knicks, 122-112 against the Wizards, loss on the road versus the Lakers, 111-105. Beat the Clips the game before that out on the road, 113-108. But in that same breath, man, I love the Magic as home underdogs, man. In that spot, they're money. When they're home favorites, man, it's not a good look. They did win their last one as a home favorite, but in this spot, I don't like it, man. They're 3-7 as home favorites this season. ATS, that's league worst. Have only won in this spot 30% of the time. Again, I think the Nets, coming off that huge win yesterday, I think their morale carries over. The Nets are still right in the thick of things, man. The Magic, they have been playing better basketball right here, but still, I think they fall flat tonight. I'm going to lean on the Nets to keep it rolling. They are in a back-to-back. They didn't travel far, though, Miami to Orlando. Huge win for them yesterday. I think they keep it rolling in Florida. Terrible spot for the Magic, man. I don't like betting them as home favorites. I really don't. 3-7 in this spot this season. Give me the Nets plus the 2 and the money line here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Washington Wizards. They're out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors laying 9.5 in this one, total 222. These Raptors home lines are starting to got pretty big, man. They really have. Starting to got pretty big. I understand why this one's where it's at, though. The Wizards, they did win their last one against the Spurs and covered 136-124. I completely skipped that game when we seen it. I wasn't finna bet that game. I don't really like this one either, but if I were to lean anywhere, it would be the Raptors laying the 9.5. Here's why. No Bradley Beal, no Kuzma again for this Wizards team. That's a lot of scoring missing. They did beat the Spurs in the last one without them, but that was the Spurs. Do I think they could do it in back-to-back games? I don't think so. I really don't. Right before they beat the Spurs, man, they had got beat pretty good by the Nuggets, 118-104. The Magic beat them by 10. Sacramento beat them by, 14? Cleveland blew them out, 117-94. They were not playing great basketball, and I don't think a win against San Antonio automatically wakes you up. The Raptors, on the other hand, man, still have plenty to play for now. 2 games under 500. Have won 3 of their last 5. Have looked really good in majority of their home games here recently. Just blew out the Pistons, 118-97. Did lose their last one before that to the Pacers at home, 118-114. That was a head scratcher. They were laying double digits in that one, so that was a head scratcher. But the home games before that, they did blow out Minnesota. They did blow out Oklahoma City, our favorite cover team, our favorite money-making team. They blew them out as well, 128-111. And the score against Minnesota was 122-107. So in 3 of their last 4 home games, we have seen the Raptors look dominant. And 3 of the last 4 games for the Wizards, we've seen them look absolutely terrible. I think the Raptors is the right side tonight. They have some injury concerns as well that might keep me off. I'm seeing Precious Achiuwa questionable for tonight. I'm seeing Scotty Barnes questionable for tonight. I want to see what's up with them 2 guys. Those are 2 really important guys for this Raptors team, but I do still think the Raptors are the right side. I don't want the Wizards without their guys, Kuzma and Bill. So Raptors laying the 9.5. They've looked good at home here recently. They'll probably keep it rolling and blow out this Wizards team here in this one. Well, speaking about our guys, here they go, man. Our favorite money making team, man. The Thunder Buddies, the Cover Buddies, man. The best ATS team in the NBA. They're laying 9 on the road, man. They're starting to get some respect, man. Are the Thunder Buddies. They're laying 9 on the road on this Portland team who is now, they're done. Total 230. Portland's done. I think they've officially shut down Damian Lillard for the season. He will not play tonight. I'm still seeing other guys on this injury report as well. Simons won't play. Grant won't play. Nurk won't play. They've stuck the fork in themselves. The Blazers have folded the tent. It's over for them this season. Can they still keep this game competitive? Maybe. Would I want to bet that they do so? No. And, of course, y'all know I love betting the Thunder. The Thunder could definitely win this game by double digits. I lean them laying the 9. It's not my favorite spot for the Thunder this season. We love taking the Thunder at smaller lines, getting points. That's where they feast in. That's where they thrive in. But, I do understand why the line is where it's at, and I would still lay it with the Thunder. When we go look at the recent matchups between these two teams, the Thunder have won all 3 meetings versus this Blazers team this season. 123-121 was the first one in Oklahoma City, a 2-point win. 101-98 on the 21st of December in Oklahoma City. That was a 3-point win. But the last one was 138-129, a 9-point win for the Thunder on the 10th of February in Portland. Damian Lillard also did play in that game, and he went for 38 points. Shai went for 48. Damian Lillard went for 38. Shai went for 44 on 13 of 16 shooting. And they blew them boys out, man, by 9 points. So could they do it in this one without Lillard playing and without Simons, Nurk, and Grant playing? For sure they could. The Thunder have now lost back-to-back games, both in L.A., to the Lakers and the Clips. It's not the best spot for the Thunder, I'll be honest. This is going to be their 5th road game in their last 6 games, but the Blazers have told us what they up to, man. They folded the tent. Their season's over. Could they keep it competitive? Maybe. Would I want to bet that they do so? No. The Thunder are still the best cover team in the entire NBA, man. All they do is just cover spreads, man. Let's see. As an away favorite, what are the Thunder Buddies? Have they thrived in this spot? No, they haven't. As away favorites, they're 1-4 this season, but still, they should blow this team out tonight, bro. I got a good feeling that they do. We've been kind of blindly betting them. They got us the cover in the last one. It was a sweat against that Lakers. They did get the cover. They didn't the game before against the Clips. We had them on the money line the game before that against the Clips, though. They beat the Suns outright. Man, we love betting the Thunder. They should beat this team by 10+. I'm going to lay the 9 with them here in this one tonight. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment, out on the road facing the Golden State Warriors, man. The Warriors laying 6.5 at home, total 239. Again, we know the story with this Warriors team, man. At home, they go stupid, dummy, crazy, man. I'm starting a conspiracy. They got magnets in the rim. It's the only thing that makes sense. I don't understand how they shoot so well at home and are so terrible on the road, man. It's kind of crazy. They did get that last one. We had them against the Sixers. They won that one 120-112. They keep it rolling at home, man. They actually won the last 2 on the road as well. So they've won 3 straight. They beat my Mavs out there 127-125, and they beat up on the Rockets out there 121-108. It's going to be the 3rd meeting between these two teams. The Warriors do lead the season series 2-1. They won the first meeting in Minnesota really early in the season. They blew them out 137-114. That's kind of before the road woes begun. Minnesota won the second one 119-114 on the 1st of February in an overtime game. They ended up winning by 5. And the Warriors won the last one in Golden State 109-104 on the 26th of February. Brings us to this one, man. I lean Warriors right now. I'm going to be honest. I do, but I haven't bet this one yet, and I probably won't bet it yet. I want to see what's up with this injury news for the Timberwolves. I'm seeing news that Anthony Edwards could be back in the fold tonight. He's been out for quite some time with that foot injury, and I'm seeing Karl Anthony Towns still questionable for this one. So I really want to see what's up with those two guys. If y'all do want to get in early, I do like the Warriors, because if those two guys sit, this line probably goes up to like Warriors 9. If they play, it might only drop down to like Warriors 4, because the Warriors still go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, as the Warriors are still the best home cover team in the entire NBA. It's crazy. 25-11-1 have covered in 69.4% of their home games, man. The most night and day team I've ever seen. On the road, they're damn near an automatic fade. At home, they just love to get it done. I leaned them here early in the show, laying the 6.5. I want to still see what's up with Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. Y'all know the drill. I'll be back 3 Central, 4 Eastern later on today. By that time, we should have some injury news on this one. But if you want to get in now, I do lean Warriors laying the 6.5. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on March 26, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new. And drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz Premium. Click that link in the description, man. It takes you right to my Handicapper page. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, yearly, seasonal. You can also find all my bets for today's action, man. College hoops, NBA, hockey as well. Maybe not no hockey today. We'll see. But you can find my $15 NBA Jam Session play in that link. We've hit 2 in a row. We go for 3 in a row tonight, man. We had an easy winner last night with the Nets as they took the Miami Heat behind the shed. Love to see that, man. I love today's play as well, man. Scoop it up, $15. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ, and check out my live shows. I am live right here on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel every day, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. As I run through the card one more time, I usually bring on a guest as well. We cook up a parlay for y'all and update y'all on late injury news and information that came out of the association, man. So come spend your time with your guy later on in the day as we try to make some money in the NBA on a Sunday. Nice ass card to do so. 9 games. Y'all know we're going to try to smash it per usual, man. Again, thank y'all for watching. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll see y'all later on in the day. Let's make some money today. I'm out of here. Peace.